Howdy, Norman Dice here, and today I'm going to be unboxing Shadows of Kilforth by Hallornothing Games. Now this was sent to us by Hallornothing Games with the intention of it being reviewed. We know a little bit about it, a bit of background, but we don't know an awful lot. This is as half-blind as we could make it. So, bit of lore for you. For along the eastern frontiers of Kilforth, a malignant gloom has returned. The ancients lurk in the shadows, conducting their terrible affairs once more. New, terrifying, pernicious creatures emerge from beyond the veil. My reading skills are getting worse. But as the new threats rise, new heroes gather their arms and their wits to meet them. From the frail safety of the ancient shrine of Munishubba, a small band of heroes ventures forth. Time is fleeting, and the enemies are numberless, the ancients voracious. Through the descending gloom, against all odds, the heroes must prove themselves worthy, lest the sagas fade into legend. So it is a sequel, but also a standalone expansion to Gloom of Kilforth. It is 1 to 4 players, it is cooperative in its entirety, or you can race against each other. Ooh, bit of competition, my apologies. But it is that sort of old school RPG feel of you start from rags and you end up defeating the big bad at the end in that video game sense. I almost want to say like an RPG, but the only RPGs I can feel that run like that are Final Fantasy. And of course Final Fantasy runs that lovely narrative of first quest is find the local cat and the final quest is defeat God himself. Not exactly scaling up, and I can't imagine Shadows of Kilforth follows that. I'm very excited to see what's under the lid here. This is just the first impressions of what is under the lid. Let's have a good butcher's. First off, we've got a tasty little advert. Lifeform, cracking game, highly recommend. Sublime Dark. Gloom of Kilforth, that is the original, along with all of its expansions. And then we have a rulebook, which is about as meaty as I'd anticipate for this sort of game. Right, let's have a quick look through. We've got Shadows of Kilforth, that is going to be the exact same as what I've just read with a little bit more lore, maybe it's all in the back. Components, tokens, which is a good reference to kick off. I do like it when it's nice and pictorial. Setup, I'm going to guess orthogonal movement. Suggested hero layout, okay, that's clever, that's clever. Card anatomy, locations, keywords in bold. The races, their skills, their sagas, their classes. There's a lot of variety here. Encounters, rewards, plots, ancients, the night, different elements of winning the game, always worth knowing, and playing the game. So time runs out and the game ends at the end of the daylight of the phase of the 25th day. Merry Christmas. In the competitive game, the hero that defeats the ancient before the time runs out wins the game. In the cooperative game, the game is won if all ancients are defeated before time runs out, even if the last surviving hero is defeated in that battle. So you can lose and win at the same time, and it counts as that win. In both forms, heroes cannot battle the ancient unless they have first completed their saga, so it's their own tale within. The chapter is completed by earning cards and having keywords, and have keywords that match those in the chapter card. Okay. And victory points, the sum of their goal plus, that's the competitive score, or just comparing how well you did. And then we've got the phases of the game, daylight, hero, actions, action, action, explain what all the actions do. Very, very, very detailed. Very RPG-esque. The test, the conference, reward, loods, and rumour. This is going to be a good sit down and read, but I am excited for it. The action regale and saga chapter complete. And that means that the next bits are... Nope, there's more. Really, really in depth. I've missed a page, I'd hate for you to not know those. Definitions, ability terminology, reward, loot, and an index. Okay. That is something a lot of rulebooks need. You want to find out about what happens when you're defeated, rather than sift through, be a big chapter I admit, but defeated, the references. An index is gratefully appreciated. Thank you ever so much, Hallornothing. And then we have punch boards, which of course come pre-punched, which is always very nice. Of course, I'm joking, they're not pre-punched. Good thickness to them. I do like how central they are as well. I'm not often very picky about where the punch is, but if it's not in the dead centre, you know, it can be disheartening. Rewards. These are literally falling out. This is great punch boards. I can deal with these. I'm not going to complain about these ones. So here is one of your characters potentially, I'd assume. Okay, a lot of tokens all falling out. That door is discoloured. I'm going to try and flip this over without everything launching itself out. Knight, could just be a key reference one. I doubt it's discoloured by accident because of how specifically placed it is. Surely the bit colour blurs around it. More characters. First hero. Just lots of tokens there. Lots and lots of tokens there. I'm going to attempt to move all these pre-punched extras to one side. And then we have a player reference. Yeah. That's a variance card, apologies. It says at the top, so you can have veteran heroes, knight tokens variant, reward tokens variant, which I'm assuming is what those doors are. Combining both games, which is good because this is an expansion as long with a standalone. And variants where you can have aggressive enemies 2v2. Spice it up a bit further. So this asymmetrical game has even more asymmetry within it. And then the quick reference guide, which is not per player, but for everybody because it has got the setup on it, game flow. It's almost like when you've read the rules and you just need that quick skip back. If you don't want to use the index, here is this systematically laid out explanation of what everything may be, or where you need it. And then we get to the bottom of the box and we have a quite a sturdy insert actually. I know it's on the card, but it feels very nice. We have tokens, which are custom. We get one or two of these out, just have a quick butchers. The thing that's springing to mind with this is robust. This is feeling like a very robust game. Everything has a use, an explanation, a detail, and there's not really a place where you can go wrong if you afford it. Now, are these trees? Or are these three-leaf clovers for luck? Or are they tiny broccoli? I don't know, it's the quality I'm interested in. Good thickness, really clear colour, really clear colour, especially against the rest. I mean, tons of yellow, which I guess were gold. The white ones, which could be clouds. And these black ones shaped like, ooh, black hearts. Enemy health, potentially. Player health points, potentially. There's a lot of them, Gonna go with gold. Little timer symbols. I know these are all at the front of the book. I will refer back to them. I know that someone's screaming at their computer right now. I'm going to go with clouds. I'm probably wrong. I'm definitely wrong. Please do not switch off just yet. Let me finish rambling. Dice. I believe combat may be dice based. I'll check that as well. And then 1 deck of cards, 2 deck of cards, 3 decks of cards. Land tiles, I'm going to guess, because those are not nice and smooth on the corners as the other ones are. 5 decks of cards, 6 and 7. Best way to check their purpose is off in the back. Not for that one because it is the same. Story cards and some player. A pierce. I almost want to say those are enemies, but then it says your foes roll 1 less die. So that could be an ally. Ooh. The planes, the Bishop of Pride. Right, I'm going to crack some of these open and have a look at the quality of these. I'm going to go for these one because I am always a fan of the Couch of Death. Okay. So the Couch of Death goes that way. Heroes may not perform market actions here. So these are land tiles. These are quite naughty land tiles from the look at because they've all got -1s on them. And then we've got items And we've got allies. Okay, so there are ally cards in this. So let's have a look at some of the allies first. We've got the Engineer, the Enchanter, Bodyguard, Trickster. I do like how they have got different stats on the side. Quick reference, Clairvoyant, Dancer. The artwork on this is beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. The Pet Monkey. I was looking at her thinking she's not a pet monkey. Really, really nice artwork on this. And I like how they have actually got a little bit of lore on each one. It's got a lot of depth in this game from the look of it. Oh, we're now onto treasure. Was the pet monkey a treasure, I wonder? No, he was not. So I'm going to stick those down. Stick those down and go for the items. Gunpowder grenades. Daikyu. Wakizashi. My pronunciation of this is going to be very, very atrocious. Quite an Eastern feel I'm feeling, which is very, very nice. I appreciate that. Quite a fan of Eastern culture and heritage. Fur gloves. Wonderful. Black scale poison. All the exact same back. Quality. Nice. Can I pick it up off the table? Well, I'll hopefully have a mat down, to be honest. I'm getting sick of picking up stuff off laminate. Off topic, don't you hate it when you try and pick up a card and it just goes against you? Horrible feeling mid-game, especially if you've got a big move played. Right, these are double-sided. Unique double-sided, so nesting woods, and then you flip it over and still nesting woods. They're identical on both sides. No, they are not. So as an example here, we've got the Black Swamp. Heroes lose 1 AP when they move into this location, but you flip it over, and then we've got -1 on there as well. It actually says the effect there. Oh, well, it did on this one anyway. It actually says the effect there as well. -1 AP. So the hearts are AP. Didn't need to look at the reference for that one. Very cool. I'll have a look at one more deck. It's going to take a very long while to get through all these, but it's part of the setup. The robustness of this game is stunning. I'll embarrass myself off camera. It does feel like this, they've thought of everything. Every eventuality, every question. Can you have allies? Yes, you can. Can you have... does the terrain change as time goes on? Yes, it does. So, these fellas. Seen some duplicates. Flip those back. They are identical because these are your character cards. Ah ha ha. They've got 2, Pierce, Pierce, Marshall, Rebel, Arcane, Pierce, Marshall, Marshall, Rebel, Arcane, Pierce, Arcane, Arcane. Not sure what they're for. Possibly on a system of play, you use the cards to activate actions. Who knows? Final things in here, some little plastic standees. A bagger, so possibly some drafting in this. Again, really sorry, but this is as half blind as I could physically make it, and I've made it really half blind. I'm just going to quickly refer through the rules just to get an idea of what those tokens are for. That did not take long. So, first hero marker is your first player. Your loot claimed by heroes for clearing plots of obstacles. Enemy claim, the enemy side is placed on a stranger to show it is now an enemy to the hero. The flag shows it has been claimed by a hero. Black AP shows how many action points the hero may take during a day. So the black ones are your AP to use, your red ones are your heart, so it is all player based. The Fates, the Hourglass, 1 use only token, can add 1 success to a test. Gold is currency. Hidden, that's what the tree is, it's hidden, it shows that you are a hidden character. And the obstacle is obviously a cloud, because clouds cannot be climbed over. Sure, why not? That actually has something on it that I did not notice originally there. So all these little doors that I thought were doors, they are not doors. They are locational coordinates for the map. Which is the reason all of those say the same thing on that side. You flip it over, where am I going? That's where whatever it is going to be. Very cool. This looks incredibly robust, really, really in-depth. This is going to take a couple of hours to get my head around and have a good game of, but I'm really excited. I like anything that's got that RPG nostalgic feel, and this screams RPG nostalgia. You've got allies, treasure, enemies, a saga to complete before you even take on the Ancient. I know at the start I said Final Fantasy, you know, find a local cat, defeat God, but this is starting to feel like that, and that makes me really excited. I grew up with that sort of stuff. Not personally, I haven't done any of that. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you ever so much for sticking around this long. If you have, I will catch you in next time.